What is up, people? This is the Vinyl Casket, home to lamest taste. Check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, all at the Vinyl Casket. One word. We subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the bell for much, much more. This is our weekly comic review. You check out the playlist on the channel. I've been doing this for about 3 years, every single week. Obviously, there's weeks where I've missed, but I always do the video later on. I always catch up, I always make it, and we just recently caught up with a week where we were gone for like 2 weeks, but we're all caught up. If you don't know, if you haven't watched a video like this before, every Wednesday I get my books, then I read them, I bag and board them, I put them in the light box, I take photos and do little mini write-ups and stuff over on my Instagram at The Vinyl Casket. Then I sit down with you guys and I talk about them. We go indie, Marvel, DC, we rate them 1 through 10, and then we rank a top 5 at the end, or a top 3 if it's a smaller week. Very good week, very small week, but very good week. Last week was a huge week, an overwhelming week that took me forever to catch up on, read everything, and review it. So that has hurt me with my backlog of videos that I have to do for trailer reactions, as well as my casket reviews. But you can check out those playlists. I really do appreciate it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Really get in those comments. Please subscribe. Like, if you're into comics, if you want to discuss this stuff, if you want me to do in-depth reviews on single issues or series, arcs, whatever, please, the subscribers really help. It makes it like a lot easier for me to convince myself and my wife that I should be putting time into this. So we're going to start off the review. This is the stack for this week. We're starting off with Indies. This is Ablaze, which is a company that I don't really get that much from, but does put out pretty good material. This is issue 2 variant cover of Saint Seiya, Knights of the Zodiac, Time Odyssey. I talked about in the first issue about how I love how they're using both the Knights of the Zodiac and the Saint Seiya names here, being that this is a very weird anime manga series that has had multiple iterations under multiple different names throughout the years, being that live action was just Knights of the Zodiac, but there's been shows under Saint Seiya and Knights of the Zodiac, both in America, Japan, and multiple languages. And it's really cool to me that this one encapsulated basically the overarching story arc. It caught us up really quick, did a recap, and then went into a new story. And this really fleshed out the motive and the who, what, when, where, how behind this story arc that we're going into, and the reason why it's called Time Odyssey, and like all the implications and all the things that we really just kind of were like vague on in the first issue. This issue really fleshed everything out, set up the whole Phoenix important thing, why they were going after Phoenix and not after Athena. Very interesting, very good, solid issue. I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. Moving on to Dynamite, a company that I've been loving the stuff they're putting out, and they announced a bunch of things that I was going through my pull list for that I'm like shocked that they're doing. This is issue 4 variant cover of Gargoyles Dark Ages. Awesome cover. I've been really enjoying the Dark Ages spin-off title. It's a lot of fun to see all these different gargoyles that we've never got to see in the show or in the current run that aren't alive anymore. The gargoyles of the past, when they first were in like Ireland and integrating and building this castle and doing the whole thing. You get to see all these gargoyles, including the ones that we know being born from eggs and stuff. Really great storytelling. I love the first arc, and this new arc is just very developmental and really progressive, and I'm really enjoying it. Solid issue. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Okay, moving on to Boom Studios with issue 2 of Ranger Academy. I love the concept of this series. I thought the first issue, which was mostly the Free Comic Book Day issue with more details, was good, but this issue was phenomenal. I love the way they set up the academy, the way they flushed everything out. They didn't give us too much. They didn't fully explain everything, but they showed us a lot. They kind of dove into things a little bit. The main character here, I really love the personality that is developing, and how she's realizing that there's something going on with her dad, and how characters in the school actually have a relationship with their dad. I really like that. I'm going to give this a 7.5. All right, from Image, we have issue 6, variant virgin cover of No One. This is one of the weirder series in the Massiverse that has not actually been connected to the Massiverse. I think there's been a couple references of No One in other series, but No One has not. We're 6 issues in and we have not connected to the Massiverse. So that's strange to me. I do love this series and I love the concept and the murder mystery, like super investigative detective work going on here. And how at the end of every issue it gives you all these people and like if they're deceased and their importance and all sorts of stuff like that. And I really like that. Artwork here is solid, story's solid. This issue was pretty like fast paced and kind of all over the place, but it was a lot of fun and it's really been like leading into something. Like this has been a slow burn with lots of like fast moments. I'm gonna give this a 6.5 out of 10, but I do suggest that if you're into like Law and Order and stuff, to check that out. I think it's perfect. I wish they would fully flush it out into the Massiverse so that we understand what's going on, because there's no way this is all going on and then there's robots in the sky trying to destroy the planet. Like, also from Image, we have in tangent with Giant Generator, we have issue 4 variant cover of The Sacrificers, and I've been loving this series. Artwork is amazing, and last issue we kind of had the whole flush out of excuse me, the whole flush out of how they're getting sacrificed and what they're getting sacrificed for and all that stuff, and how it was like it looked bad, then it looked great, and there was a giant double shroud over, and then it was actually terrible. But these like beings, these godly beings that reign over everyone, we finally find out how the sacrifices affect them and how it renews their youth and shit. And the daughter of like the main guy is like not having it. She's pissed, and I can't wait to see where that goes. This is a 7 out of 10 for me. Solid series. Love Image right now. They've been putting out heat. Moving on to my only Marvel book. This is issue 1 variant cover of the brand new Ultimate Universe. So very happy with this. So it's after the events of the last Ultimate event, we have a lot of really cool stuff. It's a new universe with similar characters to the Ultimate Universe kind of being fleshed out. I love how they're setting up this team, and I love the way they're doing it and how they're doing it, and I'm having a lot of fun with this. This is a great character design. I love the formatting, kind of similar to the original Ultimates. I was like very minimalist and very solid. I love the fonts and the character designs, like I said, are fantastic. I can't wait to see these personalities fleshed out more. I can't wait for Ultimate Spider-Man. I can't wait for Ultimate X-Men. Really cool. Love it. I grew up on Ultimates. I thought Ultimates was great. Yeah, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Okay, moving on to DC. This is one I didn't expect. It was like a last minute pickup for me. I picked it up. I was like, okay, sure, I'm going to do it. I believe this is the A cover. This is the special, the issue 1, written by Tamaki. This is Supergirl special. On her own, ready for battle. Doesn't really mean anything, honestly. It does not tie into the storyline at all. They just use that for the cover. Who knows? This was a shocker to me because I picked it up because I looked through like the artwork. I was like on the fence. I got it. I loved it. This was an awesome one shot. Makes me want to go read the current run for Power Girl. I want to read it now. I think I'm gonna have to go catch up with it because it's only like 3-4 issues in right now. I think I got to do it. I want to know more about how like they reintroduced Power Girl. I didn't realize that they reintroduced her into the universe after the whole death metal stuff. I guess she didn't exist in this universe and we never knew about it. No one mentioned it. That's the thing with this very weird reboot that we had about a year and a half ago, leading into what was Infinite Frontier and now Dawn of DC. It's just weird and it's funny because it became an omniverse where all these different multiverses exist inside of the omniverse. So there's multiple multiverses touching each other, overlapping with multiple universes, touching other universes in other, right? So we're on this earth that we're set on, and it's like, I really enjoyed how they were doing with Infinite Frontiers and how they explain that, but it allows later on things like this where there's characters that have storylines we know, like Jaime Reyes forever. It's like the continuing story since he's been introduced. But then we have Supergirl and Power Girl that get to have this retelling now, which is really cool. Really love this. I'm gonna give this I might give it an 8. That's crazy. And then finally we have the end of the Gotham War. This is Batman, Catwoman, Gotham War, Scorched Earth, issue 1. This is the finale, and wow, it was a great finale. I really liked this fight with the Bat family working together, Batman just pushing shit together, Red Hood overcoming the stuff that he was put through to try to save everybody, and Catwoman being sacrificed. I hope she's back. Obviously, her series is going to continue, so she's going to come back. Really enjoyed this issue, and I love this event. It was actually really good. I was very skeptical at first, but it was a banger. It was a banger of an event. Highly suggest you guys reread this if you haven't already. Gotham War, amazing. This gets a 7.5 out of 10. No low ranking this week, but it is what it is. I did really enjoy this week's comics. So we're going into the top 5, and I've already found 3 books that are easily going in, right? So it gets hard now because it is a smaller week. I can pick 2 more books. I think that deserves it. And I think I'm going to go with that. All right. With that being said, guys, we have our top 5. Now it's time to tell you guys what's going on. So I'm going to go with Ranger Academy at 5. I'm going to do Saint Seiya at 4. I'm going to do Gotham War at 3. Ultimates at 2, and Supergirl at 1. That's wild to me, but props on this. Don't let the guys from Weekly Roundup ever see that. And remember, guys, check out the channel. Every week I do reviews like this on my weekly pull list. There's tons of play with other stuff if you're into movies, comics, TV, anime, manga, records. Everything's on the channel. Check it out. This is the Vinyl Casket, home to lamest taste. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, all at one word, the Vinyl Casket, where you can subscribe, like, and comment, hit the bell for much more. Do me a massive favor and stay